Many years ago, when my children were 6, 4.5, and 2 or so, we had some friends over to dinner, Elizabeth and Dan. Neither had met our children before. Elizabeth entered the house and went straight to the room where Anne, Jessie, and John were, and immediately got down on her knees. She told them how beautiful and smart they were. She did it with enthusiasm and sincerity, and she showed them a card trick right there on the floor where they were. It was like magic, holy magic, a holy magi moment. They laughed and talked and played together. I watched in wonder and was radiant at what I saw. My heart throbbed and was overflowing. Do you see how I gleaned that line from the first reading? Many years ago, when Jesus was a child in Bethlehem of Judea, Magi from the east arrived, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We have come to do him homage." They were overjoyed, and on entering the house, they saw the child, and they prostrated themselves. And then they opened their treasures and offered him gifts. Every day, we, you and I, have holy, magic, magi moments when we have the opportunity to meet the Christ anew, to get down on our knees, metaphorically or physically, doesn't matter, and greet the person, the present moment, the place, the holy, with homage, delight, and sincerity. Golly, I confess that this is hard for me to pull off. I walk around with so many things weighing down my heart. It clouds my vision, my ability to see the Christ. And then my desire to be the Christ is thwarted when my vision is clouded. How can I be the Christ when I can't see the Christ? But the Magi did, Elizabeth did, and they give me hope. Perhaps there are things I and we can learn from Elizabeth and from today's scripture. When Elizabeth arrived, there was a lot going on for her personally and also in the world. For example, the threat of a presidential impeachment loomed at that time. And there was terrorism in Africa and Afghanistan, and much more too, as there always is. Elizabeth did not ignore or downplay those things, but she simply did not allow them to cloud her vision, and she was still able to see the Christ, and then in response to be the Christ in the moment. The Magi had been on a very long journey, endured hardship and uncertainty that we are completely unable to imagine 2,000 years later. And we have no idea what personal issues were on their minds. They had just come from their audience with a tyrannical king, and now here they were. They did not ignore or downplay any of those things, but they did not allow them to cloud their vision. They were still able to see the holy and be the holy in the moment. As I alluded to earlier in the first reading from Isaiah, it says that when the light comes and the glory of God shines, raise your eyes and look about, and the sign that this is true is that you shall be radiant at what you see. Your heart shall throb and overflow. Perhaps I will resolve, perhaps I have resolved with holy intention to keep my eyes and my heart open. And when I feel weighed down by the world and my soul aches with all of it, I might turn to my favorite translation of Psalm 72, our psalm for today, and pray for just leadership and include in that prayer God's will for the ways I am to participate in that. Elizabeth arrived with an open heart. May we all. She got down on her knees with holy attention, praise, and wonder. May we all.